Hi there. If you've spent some time developing a strategy, specifically one that's designed as a set it and forget it strategy, you might also want to incorporate a daily stop loss or indeed a stop profit, for want of a better term. In other words, if over the period of a day and you've let your strategy run through a number of different markets, if you end up hitting a particular loss figure for the day, the strategy will no longer put in any bets on subsequent events. Similarly, you can set a target profit for yourself so that if during the day that target profit is hit, again, the strategy sequence will stop and no more involvement in any further events will take place for that day. So it's a fairly simple thing. Let's just set up a very basic strategy. I'm not saying that this strategy works in any way, shape or form. Let's just set this up, and what we'll do is just place a simple bet, and all we're going to do is stick in whatever amount that we want. Let's just say £10, and we're going to back the favourite. And again, of course, you can specify any conditions that you want. So you might want the odds of the favourite to be above a particular value. So let's just put it greater than 2.5 just for the sake of this demonstration. So you set up your strategy, you test it, and everything's hunky-dory, so you then go and put it live, but you want to incorporate some sort of mechanism that stops the process from continuing if you either lose too much or you've hit a target profit. And the way to do that is to simply use the account profit loss condition here. So you'll see these are the settings that you can specify, and if you take all the default settings, it'll do it just for today and on any market, but you can actually split this off. So for example, you might want to just monitor the greyhound markets. Notice you can actually put in more than one type of market. So I'll look at your profit and loss for the day over those two types of markets or sports, and you can specify the market types. So again, you can specify, let's just look at the win and the place markets, for example. What you can do, you'll need to enter this twice if you want to do a stop loss and a stop profit. So what you would want to do, keep in mind that the condition that you're setting here is to allow the rule to fire. So when the conditions aren't met,
in 1 minute.
the condition will cause the rule not to fire. In other words, the bet won't be submitted. So you essentially want to set up a mechanism whereby if the market's profit and loss needs to be less than, let's say what the profit want, let's say £100. So as long as your profit is below £100, it will carry on placing a bet. We can then add in another one. Same thing again. We'll just specify greyhounds and horse racing and the place and win markets. And this time we're going to specify the stop loss. So what we need to do in order for the rule to actually fire, we need to have it greater than whatever our loss is going to be. Let's just say £100 loss. So what we now have is a situation where we have a rule that will fire an that bet for £10 on the favourite. We should actually specify the odds we want, shouldn't we? Fires on a back bet on the favourite, but only if the current profit for the day is below 100 and our losses aren't greater than minus £100. And there you go. That's how to do a stop loss or a stop profit. So this, if you assign this to a number of markets, this strategy will carry on firing until such times as one of those conditions stops that rule from firing. Keep in mind, however, that these two conditions cannot be tested in simulation mode. If you're not doing anything else within Betfair, your profit isn't going to change. Your account isn't going to change. So these things will never get close to stopping the rule from firing. So make sure you have, or once you've done the actual testing of the actual strategy itself, you then implement these things. Make sure that you test in simulation mode. So use small stakes, use small stop losses and stop profits, and test it in real life mode, and then you can increase the size of your stakes and the size of your target profit and loss. One last thing, I'm unsure how these things work, in the sense that clearly today will be from the...
This event will start in 1 minute.
The current date from midnight through to midnight. Keep in mind that these last 6 hours will be rolling 6 hours. So for example, if I start this sequence at 10 o'clock in the morning and choose 2 hours, the figures that it's basing these stop loss positions on will be for the previous 2 hours. So of course I haven't done anything up to my start point. So as each of the events come and go, that 2 hour window will move with me. And then once it gets to the 2 hour point, that's my complete window. But it will carry on moving where the beginning of that 2 hours is past my original starting point, if you see what I mean. I think that's how it works. So you just need to make sure that you take that into account. Okay, anyway, that's how you set up a daily stop loss and stop profit target. Thanks for watching. Cheers.